Brothers and sisters, welcome to another edition of EBX Discussions. Salute current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. I salute you and thank you, as well as my family and anyone's listening family. Divine children, biological children. May that great divine protect us from ourselves. Man, protection from that great divine for ourselves and from ourselves. And what I always say, folks, so we never ever become our own worst enemy, because that's the worst thing one can do for oneself. Real talk. So thank those that's been riding along, those who have been commenting, and viewing music for myself, L'Oreal Lyrical, may she rest in peace and in power. And General Lord Lamont. And there will be a father-son discussion this weekend. It might not be Friday, it might be Saturday, but it'll be one of those days coming up. We really are getting in deep with our discussions, therapy, we like to call them, and just being the spell breakers we are, as well as those who view and listen. There's a lot of great warriors out there. When we recognize that, we actually see the warriors in our lives, ourselves, brothers and sisters in the world and online. It's a wonderful space to be. It's beautiful when one is connected to divine, righteous warriors. That's what's been in my spirit. And haven't spoken a while, living in the realities of life, as I like to say. When we're living in a false sense of reality, danger. So be as real as we possibly can through the mix of some mistakes we might make, because when we're righteous in that soul and that heart, there'll be less mistakes. And any challenges that do come, we're ready. Because what do we all say as righteous generals out here? Salute, brother, sister, family, younger or older. When we are ready, we stay ready. We don't have to get ready, right? Because many of us that are standing firm, again, always got to specify whether we got a platform or not. This is an overall thing. Y'all know how I do it. That's why I got that on the banner, the universe. And of course, we're going to get into it. But many of us as family, brothers and sisters, those who just standing up right, not taking no shit from evil entities around us and are well aware. Salute. I salute to those who are seeking knowledge, have knowledge, and not playing out here, younger or older, and paving the way for our generation. Anyone that wants to be wise in that soul and not with petty shit and always looking above and beyond our life. We expand, and we come across so many great fruit that we have bared when we invest in ourselves, our family, and keep forging forward as a general do, and it's a lot of them out here. Salute. So thankful. Being thankful is a good vibration, but not naive, not stupid, always on point and aware. As we do what, folks? What's part of the balance also that we can't forget? Keep us from being too deep. Have fun, joy, and connect to others and share that vibration. We don't have to worry about toxicity. Because remember, when we're at a place of heightened self-awareness, toxicity will be highlighted. We'll know what to do, Let it take care of itself. As I said a podcast ago, parasite, when you don't pay it any mind, give it any attention, parasites will begin to feed amongst itself or themselves. And depending on what the parasite is, because it can come through what? Person, place, thing, even in ourselves. So, get rid of any evil parasites we may have within or on the outside of us, because as many of us have worked so hard, some of us almost lost our lives. And as I said, the knowledge I would want to know, I would want to know a lot of knowledge from a person who have transitioned and came back. I would want to know everything they want to know, because I'm telling you, a person that have transitioned and came back, especially if they were righteous when they passed away and came back. Now, evil person that passed away and came back, I don't know about that. That's another podcast. But I'm talking about a righteous brother and sister or family that may have almost lost their life or did pass away for a few seconds and came back. I would love to know what that person knows, because they are definitely connected and would definitely have the ultimate knowledge of what's on that other side, So it's wonderful to explore and not think things are weird, and then know that there's a powerful force out there if we connect to it. I'm talking about a righteous force. Again, some of us, when we talk about, some of us say God, some of us say, I say the great divine or creator. But remember, we're talking about a positive force, something that reinsures our life and benefit us in the future, as I always say. And I'm talking, that's the God spirit within our soul, and then it develops on the outside. Not man's God, not this made up shit. I'm not talking about that. Something that helps us, and then we share that vibration to our children, family, significant other. That's that powerful force that, man, we'll never know the ultimate power unless we transition and come back. That's how powerful that force is. And it's like my banner. Again, as many of us have fought so hard to get to, ultimate peace, brothers and sisters, is so regal. When we reach it, and only the individual know. Only we know when we know. But when we know, if you know what I mean. Because, again, reflection, brothers and sisters, of divine moments, divine events that has propelled us and got us to the space that we are in. That's our evidence, brothers and sisters. Salute to all the great righteous, real emphasis on real advocates for the community, whether you a politician or just a regular brother and sister in the community. And if you are fortunate to have a platform and you're righteous, I salute you, and I'm sending that warrior vibration to you. That's what I'm sending out. Righteous ripple effect. Can't play with it. This warrior spirit, can't play with it. Again, balance, fun, joy. That's all a part of it. Got to learn the art of balance. It can be challenging, but we know when we know, as I said a few minutes ago. Y'all know I be rhyming. Yeah, but we're gonna get into the center. We talking about ultimate peace, where nothing wavers it. And it's the greatest weapon, brothers and sisters. Many know this, but just giving confirmation, adding to humanity and our culture. That's what it's about. No matter what space we in, we need to stop looking at who's got high status, who's got low status. Let's look at each other's vibration. What are we sending out? Because a small righteous ripple effect will turn into a big ripple effect. Every part of the righteous tree or puzzle matters, brothers and sisters. I say that all the time. If a person got that right divine in their heart, every part of a righteous tree matters. What I always say, the leaves, the twigs, the bark, every part of it, if it's righteous, it matters. Again, toxicity will be highlighted. Don't even engage and waste our time with toxicity. Remember, we're at a new level of peace, a heightened peace, ultimate peace, where nothing can waver it, break it, nothing. That's the best peace one can have. And again, like on my banner, man, greatest weapon. And on the thumbnail, of course, is a universe. And our peace have to be so strong, nothing can even get near it, where it'll burn up, like the sun. Let's make our peace be like the sun. Not toxic now, not anti-sociable, not mean, real. It's a difference. We be who we are as long as we're righteous in our heart, so be like the sun, brothers and sisters. Our peace is so unbearable. Those that's evil will see it from afar. We'll just turn around and go the other way. That's how our peace need to be. Again, not a hurting peace, not hurt no one or ourselves, because that's important that we don't hurt ourselves, but develop a peace within where nothing can waver it. I'm telling you, we could breeze through life like that, but it takes steps, it takes learning, of course, experience, steadfastness, of course, how we eat, rest. It's a whole bunch of things that go into cultivating and keeping that ultimate peace. Because once we get to peace, we have to study to maintain it, And my little advice, a big advice I like to give, when things are somewhat going good, as good as they can go in this world we living in. But when things are going good, that's when we pay attention. That's when we become more disciplined. We study new areas. Don't never get too comfortable or shrink back. No, get even stronger when things are going good. Because as we all know, things can come out of nowhere sometimes if we're not on point and aware and paying attention. As brother, sister, family, general, salute in the world. and online. Again, when things are going good, that's when we really pay attention and be thankful, and always call down that protection. However, we have deep prayer and or meditation. I always say, don't just do it for oneself. Think of others too. That's how we keep that realm strong, like my thumbnail. To see the sun, everything's evolving around it. That's how our life should be. That's how we become a powerful warrior. Let life evolve around us. That's the ultimate peace, and it's so regal. And we're going to get into what regal means, because it's actually a new word that I've heard it before, but never really used it in one's vocabulary. Now remember, folks, I'm learning too. Student spirit, always keep a student spirit. That ties into when things are going good. We always keep a student spirit and be ready. It's just being on guard and being ready like a general, never ever paranoid, because when you have the ultimate peace, there's no such thing as paranoia. You know what it is. Again, toxicity will be highlighted. Person, place, thing. We become so ultimately peaceful, we'll be able to see things in others, in the world, without saying a word. We can sense it. Conflict, beefing, debating, wrong intent, all those things damage our immune system. Once I started learning about how important what we do, say, see, hear, and feel, when I found out, and anybody else can look it up and study it. It's not nothing I'm making up. I actually looked it up. People don't know how serious things we do, how serious it is to our immune system. Everything plays a part in our immune system. Emotions, rest, exercise, eating, you name it, because what we harbor the most, as I always say, is what we'll dwell on. If we harbor positive things, righteous things of the world, that's what our immune system will soak up. But if you're a stressful person and you're not taking time off from the world and you're just running, you're tearing down your immune system, especially if you, now depending on who we are, I always specify that, because some of us have illnesses we deal with and things on the outside that we can't control, or inside. But long as it's not too bad, where it's to the point where it's really affecting you bad, then I always say, if we can't help ourselves, please get help. We have to think about how we affect others if we're a healthy human being. But I tell you, again, ultimate peace is so regal, and it's the best weapon. It's the greatest weapon in the world. So that's why I got that on the thumbnail. Be like the sun, burn up anything. Well, it will burn up anyway, because again, we know when we got that ultimate peace. We don't have to guess, wonder, nothing. We feel it in our soul. When you connect to that divine, you can never go wrong. I don't care what challenges we have. I've experienced it in my life. I've heard stories from other brothers and sisters, family, Lord Lamont. When we got right in our heart and not harming no one, that's a start. And the deep spiritual will come. But we got to get through that human flesh first, because the flesh is a mother hubber. The flesh wants to feed. Flesh wants what it wants when it wanted. But the spiritual mind, the divine soul, needs, not wants, because the divine give us what we need, as I always say, and the righteous wants will come. So again, brothers and sisters, ultimate peace is so regal, man, and it just makes you smile sometimes when you think about the fires that we have blazed through. Sometimes we got to do that. Just again, not stay in the past. Just kind of meditate a little bit, and just meditate on the fires that we made it through to get us to the space we're in. Sometimes you could sit there, you just start smiling. I do that sometimes, and I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I don't go on Facebook a lot, and of course we got a hip hop break. We're gonna have a hip hop break, and I got 5. I did have 7 spell breaker statements, as I like to call them. Salute Lord Lamont. He actually came up with our fellow spell breakers that ride along with us. Salute, because that's what we are. Those who subscribe and view. A current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. You are a spell breaker. Some of us are spell breakers, don't even know we breaking spells. When you write in your heart, you're not looking for recognition. That's how the principles of that great divine, Mama Nature, and that universe works. And we're going to get to the banner here too, because I got that on the banner for a reason. It represents peace. When I saw this, I just felt this this peace come over me. So that's why I got this on the banner, in the fall and the beautiful leaves and trees. You know, I'm always talking about trees. Like I said, righteous tree. And just imagine, you know, in that forest with those beautiful leaves and it's quiet and you hear the birds chirping. So that's what I draw from my banner. It just reeks of peace, you know. And the thumbnail is the sun is us. Again, we let things evolve around us. Job, anything that pulls on our energy. Now, I'm not talking about children or family or brothers and sisters, but again, when we're at that state of ultimate peace, toxicity will be highlighted, you know. So just forward, keep doing right, you know. Never can go wrong doing right, you know. And study things to explore in a life, our mind, body, and soul. But as when I brought up, the reason I brought up, sometimes we have to ponder and just really think about the fires that a lot of us have blazed through. Man, been through some impossible stages in our life to get us where we are. It's beautiful. And I was sitting, the TV was off, everything was off. I was just sitting one day and I just sat there. And, you know, I like to say, Great Divine, sometimes Great Divine tell me to speak, I speak. When it tells me to shut up, I shut up. So I'm saying that to say, I went on I don't go on Facebook a lot. Every now and then I go on there. I haven't been on there in months. But I went on there, and a friend I grew up with, and this is how you know the divine is speaking sometimes, to let you know that it's proud. Sometimes that divine force, and I'm sure many brothers and sisters who are connected to our God spirit, remember, within our soul, not man's God, not that fake shit, the real God within that fills us with love and teaching and leadership and teaching others to be leaders themselves, and man, just coming up with new ideas to help humanity and our culture. That's divine. That's the real divine right there. But I was just chilling, woke up one morning, the TV wasn't on, it was just real quiet, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go on Facebook just to see, because I go on there to, you know, see what friends I grew up with, brothers and sisters I grew up with, or see what family's doing, that's all. A lot of times I don't even post anything. I just go on there and see how everybody doing and get off. But I went on there, and I love to do music. I've done past videos and stuff like that, just kind of raw, nothing like professional or nothing I used to do. Off the effects, off this app I used to do. It was called something effects. But anyway, I remember doing this video to a brother of mine I grew up with. His name was Trey. Rest in peace and empower, Trey. And I did a song for him, to him, and it was two other brothers. One brother was named Brent that I grew up with, and my other brother named Clayton. And I grew up with these brothers, and I tagged them on Facebook in this song, and it's called Rest in Heaven, Trey. And I wrote it and everything. It came from the heart. It was a good song, and it's old. It's probably good, I don't know, 15 years old. It's pretty old because brother Trey's been gone for a while, so it's a good 15, maybe even 20 years old. And I, how they have the post of old memories come back up on Facebook. So I guess Clayton came across it. Of course, Brent, he saluted me and thanked me because that was his close friend. They were like brothers, Trey and Brent. Brent, a brother I went to school with and grew up with, as well as Clayton. I grew up with these brothers, and we grew up together. And Clayton, I actually talked to him on the phone. It was a few years ago, but we talked on the phone, and Clayton was crying. He had shed a tear over Trey because it was really the way he transitioned. It wasn't good. It was by another brother's hand, and it was from somebody it was a brother that was toxic that took his life. But I ain't gonna get into that. But Clayton, we was talking, and he was telling me how bad Decatur has gotten. That's where I'm from, and he was crying. He shedded a tear. I never forgot that. So he recently replied on that song I did, or video I did, and it was like special effects on it, and but anyway, it kind of looked like an animated cartoon in white, and all you can see is the outline, the dark outline around my body. But it was like all white, kind of like a animation cartoon. It was dope. I'll try to upload it, see if I can. I don't know if I don't know if it's copyright or not. But he replied on it, and he said, "My brother Eric, and that's me, from D-Town, my brother from another mother, and and if I could write this life the way it is, I could write a book." So I came back on there, and I'm not gonna lie, I sat there, I read it, and it was so heartfelt, and I replied, I said, "I know, right?" And I said salute to him and salute to Brent, and I said, RIP to those who are no longer with us. And just to letting everybody know I still care, and salute to everyone. And I got to go back on there. I don't know if anybody replied, but he really made me think, about how thankful we should be and stop being so fucking ungrateful. Be appreciate the things we do have. When we do that, Great Divine will give us abundance. Great Divine don't want us complaining, and because Great Divine been knowing us since birth. That's my theory. Great Divine knows what we need. That's why I say, when people, this for Christians, anybody, however we get to that divine force in our soul, I always say, don't ask for a lot of things. Just ask for strength. Things will come. The divine knows what we need. We know what we need. We don't have to ask for it. Just do what we supposed to do. Be disciplined as brother, sister, family, and keep forging forward that goal, whatever it is we need, and it will come. Don't cry, don't whine. I mean, like, cry over, I'm talking about unappreciative, that kind of. It's okay to cry, but I'm talking about when we're ungrateful. I meant not whining, in the figure of speech, not whining. That's what I mean. So, and just do what we have to do, and things will come. I've experienced that so many times in my life. It's not just me. A lot of us have family, brother, sister. When we just do what we have to do and write it out hard, I'm telling you, we will align. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But going back to that reply, my brother Clayton, again, salute to Brent, brother I grew up with, because it was on his YouTube, his Facebook page. And I had tagged those brothers in that song, So that was heartfelt, that reply Clayton put in that comment, and I came back and I sat there and thought about it and just pondered how, man, just so thankful. The fires. I was thinking about me, and not just me. I was thinking about a lot of us. I was just thinking about life in general. How, man, how wonderful that Great Divine can be sometimes, man. And we are so ungrateful sometimes. So I shedded a tear. I started crying, and I was like, I asked myself, I was like, why am I crying? It was like, that was the first time in a long time in my life I've ever felt the tears of joy. I've never ever cried like that. And I wasn't going to share it. I was like, is this just for me, or is this to share? I asked that divine. I said, do you want me to share this? Or I'm like, why am I crying? It's like, I've never felt that. It's an overwhelming feeling. And that's what inspired me to come up with Ultimate Peace. When we cry like that, when we have tears of joy, that's the ultimate peace. And I'm telling you, that's when that Great Divine is proud of us, brothers and sisters, family. When we show appreciation like that, our emotions, everything. Like I said, we put that Great Divine in everything, not just when things are going bad. I mean, well, yeah, when things are going bad too, we put it there too, in everything, but especially when things are going good. That's when we be thankful, because a lot of times, not all of us, but some of us, we tend to kind of, I don't want to say fall off our square, but it's like, as a general, we let our guard down, sometimes when things are going good. We got to still stay on guard. It is possible. Remember, we have a lot of historians throughout history that have shown us that we can tap into that heroic part of ourselves. And again, it's not about being invincible or better than no one. It's just tapping into an ultimate peace that's been in us the whole time. Real talk. And once we tap into it, again, after we went through the layers, we're not hurting no one, causing no one's demise, and the one main being is not hurting ourselves, we will tap into that ultimate peace. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We just got to stay at it, stay studying, explore things, learn about nature, learn about the universe. That's why you always see things like this on my thumbnail and or banner. Most of the time, lately it's just been pictures like my granddad. I got another podcast coming up. I got my aunties and my grandma is going to be on the banner or thumbnail. And I think I'm going to do that with Lord Lamont. And I have been thinking about the call around. I haven't forgot about that. We're going to have a podcast where we have a family call around. And that includes everyone, not just biological family, anyone. And I'm going to call around and just speak to different individuals and, get them on the mic and just converse with brothers and sisters, family or whatever. We're going to do that. And I'm going to have my grandmother and my two aunties on the banner. So look for that. And it might be a lot of people, or at least a couple, and like my mom, my uncle, and, maybe I'll, call some of the other children or something. Just get some brothers and sisters on the line. converse with, and my brother too, my brother Marlon. And salute to my sister Shahina, you know. And I still will be keeping those posted on the two daughters and my son that I haven't spoken to. I'll keep those posted on that. I'm going to reach out to my youngest. I got two daughters. I got an older daughter and a younger daughter, and a son named Elijah, and they're all living in different cities and states. And my younger daughter, Naya, I got an older daughter, Andrea, younger daughter, Naya, and I got a son that's older than Ethan and under Lord Lamont, named Elijah. And I will be reaching out to them, and I will keep those posted. I'm going to reach out to my younger daughter, Naya's mother. I'm going to reach her on Facebook. I'm going to message her and reach out to her and see how my daughter Naya's doing, and then they can tell me how Andrea's doing. Now I'll have to reach out and find out how Elijah's doing. Actually, I talked to Elijah's brother years ago, said they were doing well, but it's been a while, you know, so, you know, just been moving around. But I'll keep those posted on that, because that is one of my battles. You know, I just want to, I talk about it to keep it in my subconscious, keep it in my mind, you know, and keep those current, because we got to be as transparent as possible, because a lot of false prophets out there, and it's making it really hard for righteous, emphasis on righteous brothers and sisters out here, to give out good vibrations, because there are people hurting out here that don't have homes, and I see it all the time, don't have so much of a good life, and you know, don't, you know, have money coming in. And so we got to be thankful that we come from a stable family and we're in a stable foundation. Be thankful, you know. Whatever challenge we have, go at it at every angle. I don't care. Never shriek back. There's always a way. Get in a space to meditate, like my son Lord Lamont said, think and come up with a solution. There's always a solution. Never ever be the problem. Real talk. If we aren't the solution, we are the problem. Real talk. Even if it's in a small way, remember, our vibration, our energy is needed. If it's righteous, even if because sometimes we feel like it's in a small space, but it's not, because the great divine Mother Nature in that universe has to say overall. All right, now when I come back, I got a hip hop break I'm gonna get to, and but that was just a little something I wanted to share. Salute, brother Brent and brother Clayton. Salute for Clayton reaching out. I read that, and I sat there for a minute and just paused, and I swear, well, I don't swear, but brothers and sisters, I started crying. I've never done that. I haven't cried in years, and it was tears of joy. And I asked Divine, I asked that Divine, and I asked myself, I was like, why am I crying? And it just came out. It's like it was I don't know how to explain it. It's like it was cleansing. That's the best way I could say it. It was cleansing. It was wonderful. That's when you know that, you know, we're not perfect as brothers and sisters, individuals, family. But if we ever shed tears and joy, if we ever have done that, that means we got a good soul. There's something good in us, you know. Even if we went through battles, and again, we're not perfect and little bumps here and there. But if you got right in your soul, you're on your way. You know, just keep thriving. You know, again, don't hurt ourselves. Hurt people, remember. So we can't hurt ourselves either. And what we think always matters, even if no one else knows. Our thoughts do matter, because guess who do hear our thoughts? Mama Nature, Great Divine, in the universe. So that's why I got that on the thumbnail. I got that universe on the thumbnail, and I got Mama Nature on the banner. And you gotta admit, don't it look beautiful? Just imagine ourselves right there with those beautiful leaves, and we walking through that forest or wherever that is, you know, in the woods or whatever. And if many of us if we've been in the woods or the forest, and we really paid attention and just not said nothing and close our eyes and just listen to the sounds, it's a beautiful frequency. And I'm so glad that because I mean, I learned about nature on one's own, but I was inspired by other teachers. Because again, it was a time I didn't think about nature and the universe and learning astronomy, and I never thought about that kind of stuff. You know, I was inspired by other teachers also. Remember, when we honor thy teacher, we honor ourselves. And those teachers, of course, the first teacher is that Great Divine, Mama Nature, in that universe. Those are the three top teachers. Because if we learn it from those three forces, nothing can mess with us, real talk. But a teacher could be in a child, A teacher could be in a family member, a brother or sister, in the world, online. I'm talking about if they're righteous and they did help us in a small way or a big way, whether it's positive word or physical, because a righteous vibration is beautiful. So again, when we honor that teacher, we honor ourselves. That's why I always say salute to the generals out there, because we got to be grateful for the righteous teachers out here, because it's not easy being a brother and sister that is an advocate for the community or fighting for humanity and their culture. It's not easy sometimes. It really isn't. Go through a lot of crap, a lot of crazy entities come along, and those who aren't aware, and people want to, fight back and bicker and debating, and instead of seeing the bigger picture, so it's not easy. But once we get through all that and the smoke clears, generals will still be standing. Brother, sister, family. All right, now I want to get to this hip hop break. And, I always got hip hop break. I love music, as you all know. You're always and not just hip hop, because I know I always play hip hop, but there'll be other music. And the last father and son discussion I had with Lord Lamont, it was fun. We had a ball, and I had listed some albums that we went through, and I was like impressed. He knew some of them, like Rick James, Cold Blooded, and there was a couple of them. Like I said, I got 75 albums, and I'm gonna do a show on just rhythm and blues, like new wave rhythm and blues and golden school rhythm and blues. I want to speak on both of them. Lord Lamont and we're gonna have a show on that, but that'll be somewhere down the line. But let's get to these songs. The first one is See No Quit, and I played both of these songs before. Let me see. Yeah, but I played both of these songs before. See No Quit and Keep Your Mind Right. Well, Keep Your Mind Right was actually inspired by a brother I learned from, actually inspired me to, kind of do what I'm doing. And he helped my platform, the beginning of it. So this was inspired from this brother. And great brother, great body of work. And keep your mind right. That's what he said one time. Just got to keep our mind right. So this is, and if he heard this, he know who I'm talking about. Yep. All right. See No Quit and Keep Your Mind Right. These are just reminders. But the first one is See No Quit. And that's what we got to do. Quitting, stopping is not even an option, brothers and sisters. Again, just be thankful about those fires we blaze through. If we blaze through those fires then, what make you think we won't blaze through fires now? So, see no quit, brother, sister, family, general. Be back after this.
Yeah, to my generals, salute, see no quit. Uplift. Don't you dare have no bid. See no quit. Yeah, we must uplift. Don't you dare have no bid. Yeah, we must uplift.
To my generals,
see no quit. Brothers and sisters, no bid. We must uplift. To my generals, great divine, make me a cool brother, unlike no other. All one's life, our own this pride, and everything we need is deep inside, and never go out without a fight. So damn wise and much insight, looking so high, straight up in the sky, and like a satellite, and never go left, and focus on the right, and don't ever fit in toxic shit, and must dismiss. Everybody have a choice, and we must uplift, and better have peace, and don't have money, yeah, don't make it rich, and keep pressing on, and never have no bid. Brothers and sisters, see
to a general,
we must uplift. Don't you dare have no bid. A sister once said,
how you stay strong in your life and on these songs?
well, I connect to the great divine song, and I'm through. And yeah, affinity, keep good energy, harbor great things, defeat our enemies. So equipped, a wild one rip, on a fucking mission, don't care about no hits. Straight from the soul, that is one goal. We better know ourselves and be up on the go. And it's our spirit, we better fucking know. And yeah, in this life, learn how to say no. I see no quit. We must uplift. Don't you dare have no pit.
my general,
I see no quit. Brothers and sisters, no quit. Don't you dare have no pit. We must uplift.
to my general,
I see no quit. To my generals, Salute.
Yeah.
Don't have no fear.
Yeah.
We must uplift.
Yeah.
And see no quit. Brothers and sisters, salute.
Real talk, brothers and sisters. See no quit at all. You know, forgive me for the malfunction there. At the beginning there, that happens sometimes. I hate it. I be hating it, but you know that happens. Technical difficulties, I meant to say. Yeah, but let's get to the next song. You know, we keep right on flowing. You know, we ain't perfect. Yep. Oops, sorry, not yet, brothers and sisters. Yeah, but again, stopping is not even an option. You know, and in order to maintain in this life, we got to keep our mind right. Be back after this. Salute. Remember, this is a reminder. I played this before. Keep our mind right.
I keep your mind right.
I keep your mind right.
I keep your mind right. Brothers and sisters, keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Brothers and sisters, keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Brothers and sisters, I don't give a damn of what we gonna do. We ain't got no time, I mean I have no blues. We gotta win up in this life and never lose. And gotta get a clue and never be confused. And I'm staying here and ain't having no fear. I had sad times, sometimes had fear about here, and I will not front. And I'm glad to have my son, Lord Lamont. We pushing on while we in these songs. And yeah, saying things, man, yeah, to keep us strong. Let's go. Moving through, I never stop this. Yeah, in the future, man, don't see no quit. I keep my mind right. Yeah, I never go out without a fight. Keep your mind right. Yeah, I never go out without a fight. Brothers and sisters, keep your mind right. Yeah, I never go out without a fight. I keep my mind right. Keep your mind right. Brothers and sisters, let's go. I'm staying on the ground. I keep on making the sound. I'm so thankful that I'm here and I'm around. Yeah, like I tell you, I always see my children and my family. I keep on moving on. Yeah, in my zone. I'm so thankful the vibe protect my home. Protect yours while we out here in this life. In this life, man, we gotta keep our fucking mind right. Woo! Keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Man, we gotta keep our mind right. Keep your mind right. Brothers and sisters, keep your mind right. I never go out without a fight. Man, keep your mind right. Keep your mind right. Right. Salute to my generals, Lord Lamont, my family, my generals.
Real talk. Keep your mind right. Yeah, I love music, y'all. I really do. It's beautiful, you know. But again, embrace any talent, skill we have. You know, do not waste it. You know, cultivate it, share it. Something my cuz used to tell me. I've told this story many times before, or said this many times before. She used to get on me. L'Oreal Liver, rest in peace and in power. She used to always get on me. Our gifts are meant to be shared at some point, but we got to cultivate them, make sure they're for the right thing, you know. Of course, again, we're not always intense or serious all the time. Again, we have fun, joy, all those great things, but just keep our guard up and ready, because as I said a minute ago, I hate to sound like a broken record. When we're ready, we don't have to get ready. So let's get into it, brothers and sisters, leaders and teachers with a student spirit. Let's get into this couple summaries. You know, got to break it down, go even deeper. Spell breaker. Something I got from Lord Lamont. Salute. He be having some great ideas. That's another thing about connecting with brothers and sisters, family. You come up with ideas, you know, and it's good to share each other's ideas. Don't take each other's ideas, and give people credit. You know, like I always salute Rap Fame and the artists. Rap Fame is an app in Play Store. Again, that's where I get my beats from. I always give that disclaimer. And salute to the beat makers on there. Any beat maker, you know, because I love music. And, you know, just a little quick history on hip hop. Remember, before the artist was the DJ. The DJ was the artist. There was no rapping. So can't forget our beat makers out there. We got some righteous producers and beat makers out there. Also sisters. I've come across some dope sisters that can do beats, especially on X. And I got a lot of them that follow me on X. I got so many producers and beat makers follow me on X, record labels, you name it. And but I'm in that divine. My label is that great divine, Mama Nature in the universe. I'm sorry, that's the label I'm under, and no label can top that. Sorry, but I still am grateful for the beat makers because I do use their beats, and I have collab with artists on there on Rap Fame. It's a wonderful app, I think, and it's been around for a while, and so that's what I distribute my music from, or through, and again, not trying to get paid, not trying to make no money, so. If you're interested, you can go on Rap Fame. Again, it's in Play Store. And I'm on there, and it's under EBX. And it shows the depiction of a superhero, which the same thing I got on the hover. What they call the little hover thing that be on your thumbnail. And it shows a little depiction of a superhero. It's actually a black Superman on there. And so that's the same picture on Rap Fame. And it's under EBX, if I'm not mistaken. You want to go in there and check it out. I don't have a high volume of views, but I do got a few views, and some people have chimed in that like one's music. Can't satisfy everybody, but we don't do it just for everybody. For one, it's self-therapy. Two, we do it for good vibration and good music. Of course, we can come aggressive sometimes and tell the hardships of life, the hood, etc., but also have a righteous agenda, have a meaning behind our music. That's just one's advice, suggestion, and teach. That's what I do. I suggest, teach, and give advice. Don't push nothing on no one. Just putting a righteous thought in one's psyche. All right. So, but that's what that is. And yeah, it's wonderful. And we just got to be grateful. And as I said about the tear thing, when I shed a tear, I haven't done that, brothers and sisters. I haven't shedded a tear. It's been a while. I mean, even when I go to funerals, and if I don't cry, it don't mean I don't care or nothing. I grieve in different ways. And what I've noticed, brothers and sisters, is like it never leaves. Like my Aunt Vera, that transition, rest in peace and in power. She's still with me. My grandparents, my dad, everybody that I know that I care about, whether my family or brothers and sisters that have transition, I never forget them, And it's like it comes up later, so that's what harboring good, righteous, wholesome things in your spirit, that's what it's all about. It's like it comes up and it's like so overwhelmingly righteous. That's what it felt like when I shedded that. I didn't shed a tear, I cried. And I was like, what am I crying? Why am I crying? It was a great feeling, and it's something I haven't felt in a long time. I just felt so thankful in that moment, And we have moments like that, cherish it, especially if it's with ourselves, because that's when you in tune with yourself. And it's not an easy process, brothers and sisters. I don't want to make like it's easy, because having the ultimate peace, it is regal, but oh man, I say time and time again, it can take a lifetime. Man, you can jump through, but it depends on one's willpower and where one, as we all say, where one mindset is, how we think, how we view the world, how we view individuals we come in contact with, how we are when we're in solitude. What do we think about those who have big platforms? How do we feel? Because I'm telling you, the mind, the psyche, and is nothing to play with. It's a mother hubber. The flesh, oh my God, never ever feed that flesh. The flesh, just telling you, if we didn't have any discipline over our flesh as brother, sister, family, general, we would be a mess. We'd be a wreck. So discipline that flesh. It's more than just Christian talk, religion talk. No, discipline our flesh, brothers and sisters, because the flesh will consume us and take us over and have us in the space like, how the hell I get here? Real talk. So, and many of us have experienced that, but we learn from it. Some don't learn, which is unfortunate, because those of us that are teachers, whether we have platforms or not, are advocates in the community, and even if we're beginning teachers, we don't want to see those hurt, but some bring judgment upon themselves. Uncontrollable, narcissistic people that keep repeating the same toxic thing over and over. We can't help those types. How can we get along in this life if we have negative magnets pulling us back? So we have to let them go. Not that we want to, we have to, because we're trying to maintain what? Ultimate peace. because when we do, it becomes so regal. And like it says on one's banner, you know, see how it's open and it's just clear, it's quiet. Imagine yourself walking through that forest, how quiet it would be. That's how we got to be in our soul. That's why I got this on the banner. And I got the universe on the thumbnail, because that's how our mind can be. We can be powerful above all this toxic petty shit. Because when you're looking out over above, you know, outside of this so-called matrix, you see everything. When we finally do see everything for what it is, it's beautiful. And maybe you'll have or whoever's listening, maybe you'll have a joy of, you know, a tear of joy come down your cheek. Real talk. It was a great feeling. And not everybody gets that feeling, you know. So I was just feeling overwhelmingly thankful in the moment. I just thought I'd share that with the listeners, you know. All right, so let's get to again, stay grateful, brothers and sisters, family, general. All right, now let's get to a breakdown of when our peace is at the center, at the core of our divine soul. Let's go, leaders and teachers with a student spirit. When peace is at the center of your or our life, it means prioritizing inner calm, contentment, and emotional balance, which is important, very important, allowing us to navigate external challenges with resilience rather than letting them dictate our well-being. This state involves accepting ourselves and others. Righteous teachers, as I said before, we honor thy teacher, we honor thyself. We talking about the righteous one now. Brother, sister, male or female. Letting go of resistance to life flow and cultivating a stable internal foundation that remains steady amidst chaos. You know, keep that flow going. And that goes back to when I said, when things are going good, don't let our guard down. Still stay aware, you know. So if the bad comes, you know, we'll be somewhat prepared for it. Because podcast I like to bring up, I made years ago, when we play out scenarios, it could save our life sometimes. Literally. Play out scenarios and everything. Play things out, whether you're coming into, you know, as I always say, if it's something serious, going into a meeting, a job, or your interview, anything, you know, in life in general. You know, we got to play out them scenarios. It's a form of meditation, thinking, stepping back, all those great things. Like my son, Lord Lamont said, give our brain chance to catch up. All right. To be regal, the word regal, which is a beautiful word, to be regal means to possess qualities or a bearing suitable for a king or queen. I like how that sounds. Indicating dignity, majesty, and impressive beauty. Majesty. That's another one of those words that I don't use a lot. Majesty and impressive beauty. It describes something or someone as noble, statedly, and grand, suggesting excellence and a fitting resemblance to royalty. Because as melanated brothers and sisters, we are royalty. We come from royalty. It's just as many of us are black, you know, are black on fire warriors out here, brother and sister, as we say about melanated brothers and sisters. A lot of us, now I'm going to divide the line. Now we got righteous brothers and sisters that tap into that power, that divine power, and know what it is. But then on the flip side, you got some people that take their abilities and turn it into evil and use it for wrong. And I don't care how we feel about karma, what do we think about God, universe. Again, as my son, Lord Lamont, and I spoke on, live your life a certain way, whether good or bad, and we will find out. You know, keep on living. As my grandmother used to say, rest in peace and in power. Y'all hear me bring that up a lot. Keep on living, buddy, and you'll find out what we'll get in return. It all depends on us and what we got in the pit of that gut. Real talk. I told y'all I'll be rhyming. I do not be mean to be rhyming, but it's just a part of me. I've been doing rhymes since the 90s. So when we practice at something, you know, and we become passionate about it and real about it, it becomes a part of us. You know, like giving to humanity and our culture, or just having love within. It becomes a part of us. Righteous love, not naive love, We talking about a teaching love. Sometimes tough love, but love nonetheless. It's a beautiful thing to have. Beautiful. Cultivate. love within. Because if you love yourself, nothing, if we love ourselves so heartily, nothing can fuck with us on the outside. And I mean that, because the ultimate peace is our greatest weapon, brothers and sisters. And a lot of our warriors, generals out here, brother, sister, family, have experienced that. Remember those fires, brothers and sisters. All right, now let's get to some 5 spell breaker statements, and then I'm a salute you divine warriors on to your divine life. Remember, that's brother, sister, family in the world, online, that realm, brothers and sisters. We got to make that realm powerful. Don't make everything about ourselves. That's how we keep that realm strong and powerful, and we can send out protection to those we are connected to in the world, online. I'm serious about stuff like that. That's why I got that on the banner. See those rings around the sun, and we start with ourselves, children, family, significant other, work our way out like those rings coming around the sun. Like I said, we be like the sun, nothing toxic, anything toxic even come close, can't even get close, because it'll burn up on the spot. That's how our spirit got to be, righteously. We have no time for pettiness, toxicity, beefing, danger. All right, leaders and teachers with a student spirit, let's get into these 5 spell breaker statements. Let's go. Don't spend money stupidly. Be disciplined. Because as I told my son, Lord Lamont, if I was not disciplined and spent money stupidly, it would affect others. Because that's what we got to remember. We don't just affect ourselves with toxic things. We also affect others. If it's not sooner or later. Because if I wasn't disciplined, it would affect me, my children, Lord Lamont. A whole bunch of things would go awry. So if we happen to, or we're fortunate to come into some money, and we do have somewhat stable finances, don't fuck it up, please. I don't mean to cuss, but I got to keep it real, because we do righteous in the present, benefit us in the future. I say that a lot, and that definitely ties in to finances, and have a sense of not caring about money, because when we don't care about it, somehow, some way, it comes to us, depending on who we are and situation we're in our life, and that's just one's experience. And just do what we do while we're here with it, because again, we all say you can't take it with us, you can't do shit with it. As Mike Epps said, I always use that example from Mike Epps. We're only stacking up our money to give it to someone else. So just do what we will while we're here with it, and be thankful, stay thankful. We never know what come down the road, folks. We can be all, we can study and stay aware. We can anticipate the future, but in reality, we don't know what's in the future. But that's why we stay ready and be disciplined. So again, if a challenge do come, we're somewhat ready. So again, don't spend money stupidly, All right, number 2 spell breaker statement: master inner self. Man, you master your inner self righteously, you tell me what can fuck with us, and that ties into that ultimate peace. Oh man, again, it's so regal. All right, number 3, be the hero of our life, or be the hero in our life or of our life. Remember, that could be in a small way, doesn't always have to be in the limelight. Everybody don't have to see it. Great divine sees it. Remember, Mother Nature, that universe. What we harbor inside, folks, is what those 3 forces will draw out. So master inner self-control. Master inner self-control. That's what I really meant to say. And I'm telling you, but it's different ways, different strokes, different folks. Like I always say, eating plays the part, resting, what we harbor in our subconscious, not being pulled by everything, especially if it's negative or toxic. If we stay free of those things and we stay at it and we practice and we stay on it, we will master our inner self and have inner self control. It's wonderful, All right, number 3 spell breaker statement: be the hero. Oh, I said that already. Did I say that? Oh, I was okay. Master inner self. My bad. That master inner self control was number 2. Number 3, be the hero, be the hero in our life or of our life. Okay, I just kind of broke that down. Our inner self control, and we'll be the hero of ourselves, and it will just bleed out onto our generation, our family, etc., etc. And the hero isn't always in the limelight. It's a noble quality one has harboring within, and it's beautiful. Number 4 spellbreaker statement: any progress is good progress as long as it's righteous, and stay at it. Again, you can't don't compare oneself to no one else. Do what we can with the resources we have, and greater things will come. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So stay at it righteously. Remember, ultimate peace is our greatest weapon, folks. We get back, think for a minute. That's our weapon, and we're not going and running. We slow down. We can see things, we're not blind. I'm talking about that third eye, not just our eyes. All right, and that's another chakra. I got one more. I did 6 chakras right here on my channel. I've done 6 because I'm studying them too. And I'll reiterate. I'll say from time to time, that's the best way one can master our inner self or have inner self control. Study our chakras, because it's not just learning the chakras we come upon. It's other things that come along with it, like looking up, the different chakras, the definitions, because there are other things in the definition. That's why I say if we go through all 7 chakras, we learn different things along the way, so that's why we explore and look up things. And again, I don't always solely rely on Google or AI, none of that, but we can draw ideas from it. Because remember, folks, AI and robots, especially melanated brothers and sisters, all this crap come from us anyway. So be the algorithm, be AI, ancestral intelligence. Thank you, Professor Griff. All right, better, be more, be above. We are the freaking AI, real talk. Because remember, robots and stuff was birthed from melanated brothers and sisters. The concept of it, it all came from us. All right. Last but not least, 5th spellbreaker statement. We are leaders. Life has shown us, we are leaders. And I'm talking about within, not actually leading someone else. Got to be careful about that. Be our own leader. I've heard a lot of teachers say that. We are leaders. Life has shown us. Again, just look back at those fires we have blazed through. That's how you know we a leader. If we make it through most challenges and we sidestep a lot of evil shit, that's a leader. Because it takes a leader to not get trapped in trends and celebrity gossip and, things that distract us, as we all say. We hear that word a lot. Because again, in these times, distractions are at an all-time high. And another rule I bring up as far as protecting our ultimate peace and knowing that it's a weapon, and when we know when it's regal, never underestimate the persuasion. I won't say power. I would say the persuasion of the media and or social media, because in a lot of ways it's kind of losing its power. As my son Lord Lamont and I said, a lot of people are waking up, so it's kind of losing some of that influence. It's just some individuals, some wake up soon, some wake up later, and unfortunately some never. But be thankful if you are a righteous human being, brother, sister, family, and you're basking in your ultimate peace. And if you are, it's regal, isn't it? So that was in my thought, and thank those for riding along again. Thank you for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. Again, look for a father and son discussion this weekend. It'll either be Friday or Saturday. Most likely it'd probably be Saturday. Yeah, because I got my son Ethan. Salute to my divine children, my biological children, my biological family, and my divine family. And my son Ethan, I got to take him to school. It's a father. They have this thing every year where you take your kid to school. It's a parent take child to school day or something like that. So I'm gonna take him to school that morning. I haven't volunteered yet. Gonna be honest. I usually have, because I said I was going to, but I haven't yet. Because I had been having to get a little rest. Body been a little sore, because I do work a job, so just gotta be honest. Not trying. I'm trying to do away with that word. So if you ever hear me say that, forgive me. I'm trying to do away with that, because we don't try. So if you heard me say that in the past, forgive me. But I do things with Ethan. I do connect with the children and my family when I can. I seen my mother about a week ago. My mother and my uncle. I did the kids and I and my son's mom. We went out there. So And I always keep my family spirit. I don't forget no one, even in my solitude, thinking about everybody, especially the generals, the real ones. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. So I will be taking my son to school Friday morning. And when they having they just have they have breakfast for the dads. I think it's just the dads. Yeah, it's dad and child day or something like that. So that'd be cool, and that's something they have every year. But I do volunteer, and I haven't done it in a couple weeks or so. But I'll keep everyone posted on that. And but again, thank those that's been riding along. Stay the generals, keep that peace, never lose it. Remember the fires we have blazed through to get that peace. So that's why we gotta fight with every fiber of one's body. And I'm talking spiritually, physical only if we need be, only if we have to. But a lot of times, when we got that peace in our soul and our heart, we don't worry about things like that. We just flow through life like that great divine, Mama Nature, in that universe, like we have been, generals that's been riding along. Yeah, so I will be doing that with my son Friday. I think I'll even get some footage. I'll probably even get some footage, and that'll be something Lord Lamont and I can speak on. And I'll keep on giving good energy and calling down great protection from that great divine for my brothers and sisters, family, children in the world and online, and stay with it, brothers and sisters. And as I like to say, we here for a reason, brothers and sisters. I don't do coincidences. So my mom used to say, everything happens and we are on the foundation we are in for a reason. The parasites of the world, evil parasites of the world, are beginning to feed amongst themselves. Again, politicians, celebs, they're fighting amongst themselves. We just keep teaching and enjoying our lives. So again, thank those that's been riding along with a brother. I appreciate you. I don't take this for granted. I love reaching listeners, those who comment. Salute, and again, salute to the righteous, emphasis on righteous content creators out there, teachers I have learned from, and brothers and sisters in the world too. I be out here, when I'm out and about sometimes, I run into brothers and sisters sometimes. We got some decent people out here. I acknowledge them too. Of course, we got the toxic ones too. But great divine will deal with them, won't they? Because as brothers and sisters, generals, family, man, as we all know that are standing up, right? We got that ultimate peace, right? And it's so regal. So be thankful, brothers and sisters, because the ultimate peace, and you better know it, and you better keep it and know it. Don't let nobody take it away, because it is our greatest weapon. Salute.